All right, welcome back to RHD Godzilla. So today we're going to be working on the Skyline. As you can see, I've already got it up on the lift. I went ahead and did that. That way I wouldn't have to stop and do that. So basically today what we're doing is fixing the leak that's on the front diff. Hopefully fixing it. I think I've narrowed it down to it's leaking near the bottom two bolts, which I'll show you here in just a few minutes. It's been leaking for quite a few years. I guess I just haven't gotten around to fixing it. But either way, today hopefully this will fix it. Should be pretty straightforward. There's a few bolts that are hard to get to, so that might be an issue. But first thing I gotta do is drain it, then take the bolts out, take the cover off, clean it up real good, and then reseal it. So to reseal it, I've got this Permatex. It's called the Right Stuff. I got the black. They were out of the gray, so I'll just have to use that. A few other things you'll need is some wrenches. I've got a couple different ones here. I did get one of these swivel sockets. Got a couple 14s. I believe it's a 14. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty positive it's a 14. And then I did get my impact just to make it a little easier to take them out, not put them back. It should be pretty straightforward. It does use 75/90 gear oil in it. Should use 1 quart of it, so that should be enough to fill it. And other than that, that is it. All right, so here's the cover of the diff. I wiped it off the other day, took her for a drive, and it wasn't leaking, but I'm kind of on a little bit of a time crunch where I can't wait too long for it to start leaking again. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this cover off, reseal it, put it back on. Hopefully that's where it's leaking from. It was dripping from these two bolts right here. I kind of tried to tighten them a little bit and they wouldn't tighten. So I don't think it's a matter of that. I think it's just needs to be resealed. So first thing I gotta do is take this top drain plug off, and then take the second, or the fill plug I should say, and then this drain plug right here comes off next. Let it drain out. And then I can start taking these off. The hard part's going to be getting up into here. So hopefully these wrenches here will work. I used to have a longer one, but I can't find it. So I don't know where it's at. But anyways, let me get this thing here drained out, and then we'll start taking these bolts off. And one reason you always want to do the top plug first is because if for some reason you take this bottom plug out, drain it, and this top plug doesn't come out, you have no way to fill it. So that's why you always take the top one out first, or loosen it at least, which I'm just loosening mine right now. And looking at it, no metal shavings in there. You can see that or not. No metal shavings, so that's a plus. Of course, I just, as you can see, the fluid's pretty clear, so I just changed this out. But when I did it originally, there was no metal shavings either. So we'll put that as the bottom one. Go ahead and take this top one out. Let that drain for a few minutes. All right, I just went ahead and put that back in for now. I'm gonna work on getting the bolts all undone, and then we'll go from there. Second one's loose. All right, so I got all of them loosened up. So I'll probably go ahead and let it drain for another minute while I'm taking out the bolts up top there. All right, a little risky doing it that way, but it worked. So that's the plus. Oh, I forgot about that tube up there. That's gonna be a pain to get to. All right, so if I can get the light up in here, I'll show you what I'm trying to get off of there. You can kind of see up towards the top, right in here, there is a vent tube for this that I have to get off of there. So that's going to be the challenge of this, I think, is going to be getting that off of there. I'm hoping I can just pinch it with the pliers and then it'll come off, I'm hoping. So we'll see. All right, so I got the cover off. As you can see, there is a little bit of cleanup I need to do. The gears all look good. It looks nice and clean in there. So that's a plus. But yeah, so now it's just a matter of trying to get this thing resealed, cleaned up and resealed, and that's it. Alright, so I got the diff cover off. So I'm going to take it outside and clean it up. It's not too bad. Inside's a little dirty, but that's just from me picking it up and stuff. It was really clean when I took it out. So I'll get all these threads right here cleaned out. I'll get this top one, or I'm sorry, the bottom one, the drain one, taken out, and then get all the threads cleaned out of it as well. Get it cleaned up nice and neat, and then yeah, put everything back together. So hopefully everything goes good. So I'll be right back once I got it cleaned up. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and clean this thing up with just some parts cleaner and a razor blade, just to scrape off all the material around here. You just want to be careful using a razor blade because you don't want to scratch this. Makes it harder to seal. So I'm going to work on that, and then yeah, we be back to putting it back on.
Go for stop recording. Try this. You don't ever want to take off the gasket and stuff, but since I don't, we'll take this little remover thing here real large. Alright, so it's much better. Just have to go back over this bottom piece a little bit. And right up in this area here. And just clean out all the holes here.
Okay, so now that I've got the cover cleaned up real good, I'm going to go ahead and clean up the actual diff case. Get all this extra gunk off of here. Okay. Alright, so let's let this dry here for just a few minutes, let it evaporate off there. I'll probably come back through with some glass cleaner or whatever and clean that off again. Same with the cover, and then we'll be ready to put the cover back on. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and put the gasket maker on it. So basically I'm going to go around each hole and make like an 1/8 inch line, wide line around each one all the way around. Bad thing is this is a little bit quicker stuff, so I only got about 5 minutes to do it and get it back torqued down, so that's going to be a little challenging, but we'll give it a shot and see. So here we go. All right, let's get this thing put back on. Alright, so I got the drain plug and the filler plug both cleaned up. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the drain plug in. I'm going to leave the filler plug out for now because I obviously have to fill it. I'm going to let this sit for a little bit and dry, and then I'm going to come back and finish putting it back together. So everything's tightened up. I will go ahead and put that vent tube back on as well. But for now, I'm just going to put just the drain plug back in, and then let it sit for a little bit, and then I'll go ahead and fill her up. Alright, so that's in. So like I said, I'm going to put that drain tube back on. At least I'm going to try and figure out how to do it in an easy way, if there is one. But then, or not drain tube, I'm sorry, vent tube. And then I'm going to come back and fill it up and put the other plug back in. And I'll probably leave the bottom cover off for a little bit so I can easily see if it's leaking or not. Hopefully it's not, but like I said, I'm gonna leave it sit for a little bit so that way it will cure, even though it says it's good to run after like 5 minutes or whatever. But I'd rather give it a chance to seal up real good. So I'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, so as you can see, it's running out of there. So I gotta get the plug. Hurry up and put the plug in. I'll come back and clean that up a little bit better. I want to over tighten it. All right, so got these torqued down, got both these tightened down. That should be dry enough to use now, but got it filled up. So now I just need to pull this hose out of here, and then I'll probably just let it sit for the rest of the day. And then clean it. I'll probably clean it up here in just a minute, but actually I will clean it up here in just a minute, just to get some of this, my light's dead here, just to get some of this residue off there so I can tell if there's a leak or not once I start to drive it. But I might, actually I'll probably wait till tomorrow to clean it up. That way I can make sure that this is all 100% dry before I spray any chemicals on it. So. But that's basically it. So let's take it for a drive here probably tomorrow sometime and see if it is leaking. Hopefully it's not. And we'll go from there. Alright, so it is the next day. It is early in the morning, which is why my hair is a little crazy, but I apologize for that. Anyway, so we let the gasket makers set overnight and dry. So really don't have to do that with that stuff, but I didn't plan on driving the car anywhere, so you know, might as well let it sit. We did fill it up with the gear oil yesterday as well, so that's done. I just need to go underneath there, kind of wipe everything down. The plan is to wipe it all down in the garage, get it off the lift, roll it out into the driveway. I will probably put it back up on the lift. I want to pressure wash the entire bottom of the car. Get all the old oil and grease and all that stuff off the bottom of the car real good, and then I can let it dry, do a little bit of test drives, and make sure that there is no leaks. And hopefully there's not. Cross my fingers. If there is, and we'll kind of address those as we go. But that's the plan. Hopefully there's no issues. So that way we can move on to the next step here. So let's look underneath the car and see what it looks like down here. Alright, so we've sprayed this thing down, got it cleaned off. Looks pretty good. The gasket seal looks pretty good. You can see there's a little bit squeezed out here, which is kind of what you want. So I'm gonna run to the store. I'm gonna get some regular degreaser, so that way I can kind of go and get all this nasty underneath here where it had been leaking and kind of blown back. The transmission is got a little bit of fluid there. I'm hoping that's just from it blowing back over the past few months or whatever. Hopefully I don't have a leak, like a rear main leak or anything like that. But we will find out here a little bit later on. So let me run to the store and then I will be right back.
One more thing I do want to do is mark the bolts before I go. That way it'll dry while I'm gone. Alright, so that's marked. I'm not going to mark the drain plug here only because I may go ahead and change the oil one more time before I go. But anyway, so yeah, that's where we're at. I'm going to be right back.
Alright, so I just got back from the store. I went and picked up some of the Zepp degreaser. So I'm gonna get the Skyline taken off the lift. Just gotta get some of the tools in that cleaned up first, and then I can pull the car out, and then I'll put it back on the lift and get the pressure washer out and all that stuff. Hey, so I had a little bit of an issue with my camera. Basically though, I pulled it out, rinsed the bottom of the car off, let it sit, drove it for a little bit, put it back up on the lift, and no more issues with the leaking on that diff. So I was able to get that fixed. I should have done it a few years ago. It was really not that hard to do, but I do appreciate you watching. If this helps you, please like, comment, subscribe. Once again, thank you, appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video.